Once we've got a hang of the capital letters, we're going to try something a bit more challenging by doing lowercase. And for this, we're going to change the size of the guidelines. So instead of them being 5 squares high and 3 squares across, instead we're going to go 7 squares between the top and bottom guideline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then for the width, we're still going to go 3 squares wide. So you might be thinking, if these are lowercase letters, then surely they would be smaller, not bigger, than the capitals. But what we're going to do now is separate the middle with some more guidelines, because as you know, lowercase letters have tops and tails depending on the letter. I think that's what you call them at primary school, tops and tails. Allow me to demonstrate. So 2 squares down, and then 3 squares, 1, 2, 3, and another guideline, and that leaves 2 at the bottom. Right, now before I start drawing my letters, I'm going to need the use of a stencil. So I've got my circle stencil here. What I need to do is find the circle that fits the square, because it still needs to be neat and it still needs to touch the guidelines. So I'm going to go with this second one in on the second row. And I'm going to go really light, and you'll see why in just a minute. So you can still see it on the video, but I'm going to go quite light with my pencil. And the reason for that is that we are going to need to rub out some of these afterwards. So most letters in the lowercase alphabet can make use of a circle. Most, not all. But for the time being, I'm going to do a circle in every single box. Each one of these is going to be a different letter. So what I mean by that is that I can get an A, a lowercase a, from a circle. But first I'm just going to do the middles. So these are now starting to look a little bit like polo holes. Again, I'm making sure that the circle is touching the grid paper, touching the grid. Like so. And from these polos I can start to shape my letters. So again, because I'm well practiced, I'm going to go ahead and use the fine liner pen. That's not the right pen. So there's the middle of my A, and I'm going to come along. These are going to be rounded lowercase letters, and I just need to put a little short tail there on my A. My B, so this is what I was meaning by the tops. The B will go up, touch the top guideline, go round and come back down. And I need to make sure that really my B is touching the guideline at the width. Not the best one there, it's a little bit untidy. Perhaps I shouldn't have gone with the pen first. Perhaps I should have made sure I got it right in pencil and then gone over it with the pen. But once you do that, you can rub out your lines underneath. A, B, C. Easy, but not great. I could be much neater here. E is difficult, so we'll show you that now. D is just a reverse of the B. Now E will make some use of the polo, but it will come away from the middle. The circle needs to go up here. And the reason being is that you need to come along that halfway point and cut in. to get the bottom of your E in there. So I have ignored the circle in the middle for that one. I've done a circle higher up and I've come in through the middle and done my E. See how that looks? Ooh, not the best. I could probably practice more in pencil before I go ahead with the pen. F. I was getting overconfident. So when I said this pen hides a multitude of sins, what I meant was it can hide mistakes. So really the mistakes should be made in pencil underneath, and then once you go along confidently with the pen over the top, the mistakes can be rubbed out underneath. I have not followed my own advice. I've made mistakes in pen, which doesn't look tidy. That should have been done in pencil, and then I could have gone over the top. But because I've pressed on light, I want you to be able to see these, which is why I'm doing it in pen. Okay, the H takes part of the circle. So far, I've used every single circle at some point. I could even use it for the eye, if I do a sort of curly bubble eye like that, with my dot at the top. J would be down here. So the J is the first one where I haven't really used the circle. Okay, touch at the top. Again, the K doesn't use the circle. Should have done it in pencil, doesn't look great. So I'm making the mistake so you don't have to. Make sure you do this in pencil first, and then you come along with the pen. Now if you practiced with the capitals, we should be in the habit of doing those letters quite well. Have a go. Unlike me, you need to use a pencil instead of a pen, and good luck.